not mine. One thing I've noticed about myself lately is I've gotten very good at compartmentalizing the stuff going on in my life. So this one I wrote, normally I don't give much backstory as to the poems that I write, but this one is kind of special to me. A few days ago I found out my mom has early onset dementia and already can't drive, so I wrote this for her. It happened so slowly in the beginning. I think that's why we never really noticed. It was mid-September when you told me the house was haunted, that the pictures of your childhood that hung so perfectly streamlined down the hallway suddenly went missing, and how they would turn up under your pillows or in your coffee cups you drank in your morning coffee. And you would laugh about how at least the ghost had a sense of humor. And I should have been worried then, but it wasn't until the moving boxes showed up and you could no longer describe your mother's face and your father's laughter to me, for they had already been packed away and moved to a forwarding address you couldn't remember long enough to give me, that I began to realize that the house you spent your whole life in was falling apart at the hinges. The walls you painted as a child, now a sun-washed version of what they once were, but as beautiful as they ever had been, just no longer strong enough to hold anything old or new, and that left us both feeling condemned. Because I remember you telling me, when the lights started to flicker and the eviction notice came, you were scared of forgetting who I was, or my name, because you were the one who gave it to me. And I told you I could remember for the both of us. For when we end the same way we started, perfect strangers who share so much love, that I will always leave my light on so you can always find your way back to me. This one is not by me. This one is called Scars, and it's by Rudy Francesco, who does button poetry. He is also one of my favorites. 1. If I could, I would nail these hands to the edges of stars. I would sacrifice this body to the sky, hoping to resurrect as someone spiteful enough to not care about you anymore. 2. Staple me to a cross, pierce my side with a broken promise, and I will bleed all the crippling reasons why you deserve one more chance. 3. Loving you was the last thing I felt really good at. 4. You want to know how I got these scars? I ripped every last piece of you out of my smile. 5. I whispered you stardust. 6. I spoke you into sunflowers. 7. I dipped my hands in forever. I touched you infinity, treated you as if you were the last molecule of oxygen inside of the gas chamber. I was good to you. 8. You want to know how I got these scars? I swallowed my pride and then it clawed its way out of my mouth. 9. I realized I was never really your boyfriend, I was just your hype man. 10. I hope your next boyfriend gets smallpox. 10. Yes, I said smallpox. 10. I hate you. 10. But I miss you. 10. I love you. 10. It's hard to count when I get emotional. 10. I hear that 90% of human interaction is nonverbal, so 10. If I could tie your arms to a deep dream and then auction you off to my fondest memory. See, I wrote this poem in my own spinal fluid. I put it on the backbone of a white flag, so before you read it, you'll already know that I've given up. I'll just keep you here, shackled to the most important chapter of my life, story pressed into the basement of my eyelids like liquid salvation, so I remember you beautiful, with amazing underneath your wings and orchid smile, you gorgeous earthquake. You cracked hourglass with sand spilling from behind your ribs. You wasted my time. How dare you linger on my lips and then kiss me like a stuttering apology with excuses stapled to the roof of your mouth. I still remember you like a dream tattooed to the inner walls of a long-term memory, but some days I wonder if you existed at all. And of course, you want to know how I got these scars. I got these scars the day I fell in love with you and I landed on my